Hi friends, welcome to the Eureka Learning channel. This is Pawan Sai. Today I am coming with a very new and interesting topic friends. That is cyclical learning rate. Please watch this video up to end. You will get very good information friends. So please watch this video up to end. So let's go into the topic of the cyclical learning rate. Why cyclical learning rate evolved or why cyclical learning rate come? Because practically finding the best values and the best schedulers for learning rate is a difficult task. Normally, learning rates are monotonically decreased. What is meant by monotonically? Up to some range, the function will decrease. After that range, this function will not change. So, to solve this problem, scientists come up with a new idea, that is cyclical learning rate. This is the introduction about the cyclical learning rate friends. Training with a cyclical learning rate instead of fixed values improves the accuracy without a need to tune the learning rate. It is a huge task to tune the learning rate and what is the starting value, if which value we give, what time it takes to obtain the global minima. There are different type of tasks and different types of tuning and takes so much of time of tuning. So today I am discussing about these topics friends. Why we go for a cyclical learning rate, what is disadvantage of adaptive learning rate, what is non-stationarity and essence of cyclical learning rate, and how the cyclical learning rate work come from. So first, I will discuss about the what is the disadvantage of adaptive learning rate. Adaptive learning rates are competitors for the cyclical learning rates because the main idea of cyclical learning rate and adaptive learning rate is to reduce the time of tuning the learning rate. The main disadvantage of learning rate, adaptive learning rate is only adaptive learning rates work for non-stationary problems. What is mean by non-stationary? The statistical properties will change over time is called non-stationarity. So, but this adaptive learning rate not work for stationarity problems, but we have some stationarity problems and non-stationarity problems. To solve this issue, we are go for cyclical learning rates. Cyclical learning rates work for stationarity problems and non-stationarity problems. So this is the motivation behind the cyclical learning rate, friends. What is the essence of cyclical learning rate? The cyclical learning rate policy comes from the observation that increase the learning rate might have a short-term negative effect and achieve the long-term effect. But in meantime, long-term, we can get the good accuracy. But in a short term, we can get some negative results also. So this observation leads to the idea of letting the learning rate vary within the range of values rather than adopting the learning rates. So it means we will give maximum value and minimum value. Within these values only the learning rate should vary. Other than this range, the learning rate will not change. So this is the how the cyclical learning rate works. But adaptive learning rates will not work like we don't give minimum value and maximum value. So they have their own range. Cyclical learning rate works from the considering the loss function topology. So I said from where the cyclical learning rate work from came from. This is the answer. Cyclical learning rate works comes from the considering the loss function topology because we need to reduce the loss. This is our main aim, and we need to increase the accuracy. So normally minimizing the loss is very difficult task. The main problem arises from the saddle points rather than the poor local minima. Saddle points means some points considering a hill problem. That hill may have up and downs, up and downs, up and downs. If that up and down is very smooth, then we don't have any problem. But if some that up and downs are not smooth, that is called saddle points. That our lending rate will may stuck, our gradients may stuck, because if the lending rate is very low, so the process of changing the gradients will not very fast, so they may will stuck in the saddle points. So to resolve this issue, we are considering the cyclical lending rate. So this is from this the cyclical lending rate work came from. See friends, this is the one of the cyclical lending rate. See, it look like a triangular. Cyclical means, what is mean by cycle? Means this is one cycle. After this is repeated, it is same type of this. So this is the cycle mean. Up to some range, the values are not repeated. After that range, the values will be repeated. This is a cycle. And the width of the wave is a step size. It is the peak point and it is the starting point. The difference between the starting point and peak point is the step size. And this is the minimum bound, means it is the base lending rate. So from this point, the lending rate will start. And this is the maximum bound, means maximum lending rate. Up to this point only, this lending rate vary. So this is the triangular lending rate, friends. So there have different cycle lending rates, sine lending rate, triangular lending rate, and different types of shapes will be there. So this is about this video only about the introduction to cyclical lending rate, friends. In the next video, I will discuss what is the step size and how can we decide the step size, what is the optimum step size. I will discuss, and how to choose the maximum bound and how to choose the minimum bound, what is the best values for these bounds. So I will discuss in the later videos, friends. Please watch these videos, don't miss. These are very helpful for improve the accuracy. And thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and please share to your friends. If you like this video, please give a comment and press like button. Thank you, friends.